who likes it and who hates it. Yeah, I'm somewhere in between the two. I am not a confident jumper. I never have been. I've never had a horse that has given me good confidence and is a push button type. I've always had horses with either slight health issues or quirks that has meant, you know, we've never really got going with the jumping that well. But I have been trying to make an effort of late to do a bit more, because Elf, for those of you who don't know, I imported him from Spain over lockdown and he hadn't jumped. I think his breeder said he may have jumped a cross pole once, but they're a dressage yard, not their thing. Fair enough. So I started to teach him to jump, you know, after we'd kind of got to grips with the very basics. My instructor Amber would come down over to my fields during lockdown, obviously within the rules when we were allowed to have one-on-one lessons. And I had a little cross pole, a couple of little jumps that I have in my field, and we set them up and he would do it. They were only just rustic poles, so nothing too scary, and we started to get a bit more confidence with it, and he was starting to learn his striding, because where he hadn't ever jumped before, I think he found it quite difficult initially, and he would quite often clatter his feet through the top of the fence, and you know, even though they were tiny, he'd sort of trip over them a bit, but it's fine. He was just learning and we were getting used to each other. And yeah, and I feel like the last month especially, it's been so hectic with work. I've had a lot going on at my part-time job, and then we were doing a lot of showing and a lot of dressage stuff with Quest, and I do enjoy Quest, but it is a really regular commitment, and it means quite a lot of my weekly lessons, where I only afford to have one lesson a week. It means quite often we're just practicing dressage tests the whole time, and much as I enjoy doing the dressage and the competing, he was starting to get a bit sour to it, I think, and starting to run away when he saw the lorry coming. Whereas normally when I go up with my tack, he waits to come in. He wants to be ridden. So I just was sort of seeing the signs that he was getting a little bit sour, and we needed a bit of a break from doing so much flat work all the time. So yeah, I've been looking on my Dressage Coach app, and there's some nice pole work exercises on there. So I've been trying to set a few things like that up in my field where the ground has allowed. And then I've been boxing him over to Amber, my instructor, and she is an event rider. She is much more confident than me, and generally if there's something new we're introducing him to, I ask her to do it first, because he needs somebody who's going to ride him positively, not me being like, I'm not sure, is he going to jump it or not, and not give him that confident feeling that he needs. But yeah, so we've been working on it slowly in between a lot of dressage stuff, and I feel like we need to kind of start focusing a little bit more on the jumping, because he obviously really enjoys it. It's good mentally for him, and it is helping to build up his bum muscles, because he is quite weedy in his back end still. So, you know, the more pole work and jumping we do, the better it's going to be for him. So yeah, Amber set up this really cool exercise which is in this video, so I hope you enjoy seeing how that rides. And I was so chuffed, because actually it did kind of correlate to the dressage, because we did end up having doing our first flying changes over the cross pole section of this grid pattern. So it's a really good exercise to teach that, and I really enjoyed it. And then we also did some actual jumps, and Amber had an injured eye, so she wasn't able to jump him first, so I had to just get on and do the jumps myself without her trying them first. And he was really good. I'm so proud of him, like really happy. He gave me such a nice feeling into the fence. He ignored my pathetic flapping, where I come into the fence and go ah, and try and push for a long stride if I can't quite see the striding, rather than letting him put a short one in. And he went, no, shut up mother, I am putting in an extra stride. That is how it's going to jump more nicely. That's what we're doing. And I thought, actually, do you know what, I'm not annoyed that he ignored me, because it's great. He's finding his feet, he's finding his rhythm, and he is learning how to place himself to a fence without me needing to set him up. So I'm really chuffed, and it's going well, and I want to carry on doing a little bit more jumping with him. So yeah, I mean, just as an aside, I know a lot of people have confidence issues with jumping. Mine really all stemmed from a bad accident I had when I was 14. My first horse I had was 16.3, and you know, I was the size I was on her was fine. It wasn't anything to do with that, but I think she had some underlying arthritis, looking back at how things turned out with her. And I jumped a Trakehner on a cross-country course, and then the instructor made me give someone else a lead over it another time, and I said I don't want to jump it again. My horse didn't feel quite right. She felt like she jumped it because she was being genuine, not because she felt happy about it. And I had a big argument with this instructor, and in the end I was like, right, I'll jump it one more time. And I wish I'd stuck to my guns, because what happened was she refused, dropped her shoulder, I fell off, smashed up my coccyx, which has caused me lifetime issues with my back now. And also I tried to hang on to her, and as she pulled backwards, she ended up rearing when the bit pulled in her mouth as I was lying on the ground holding onto the reins, and she reared up and landed on my chest. So mentally, I have never got over that accident. I don't think I ever will. And then with my next horse, he was a dressage horse. He was terrible at jumping. He just did not enjoy it. I had confident and competent jumpers try and jump him, and he never, you know, gave anybody a nice feeling over a fence. He just didn't like it. So that did nothing for my confidence. And then my next horse was Asia, my ex-race horse, and she really enjoys her jumping, but oh, dropped you. But again, she had never jumped when I got her, so it was a bit blind leading the blind. She'd done a cross pole and a filler once, I think, when I got her. So everything we learnt was just me teaching her at ROR camp, and it was me riding her. I didn't have instructors teaching her to jump. So yeah, and every time we got going, she'd get another injury, and we wouldn't jump for months on end, and you know, it just never really clicked, unfortunately. And I feel like we never really reached our full potential. We did jump a meter once, just as a single fence, and that was like, woohoo! But yeah, generally we were just pottering around over little sort of 2-foot courses at the maximum. That was about our level. So yeah, but I think Elf's got a lot of scope, and he could go quite well with the jumping, and I'm never going to be doing cross country. I just nah, never happening. But show jumping, I am starting to actually enjoy it a little bit. So yeah, anyway, this is how it went. Straight. Good. Go again, go again. Sit tall, together, and jump, better.
Good. Make the turn, shoulder round, jump, jump. Lovely. Yep, tall with the body. Yeah, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Yeah, well done, well adjusted. You got the back end. Better placings, well done. Try again. Good, 2, 3, jump. Yes, yes, yes. Lovely. Brilliant.
So yeah, that was our bit of jumping, short and sweet. I will get some more video footage of us doing the proper jumps next time. Unfortunately, because Amber's eye was so sore, I didn't really want to force her to stand there being my video recording person, trying to look at a screen. So yeah, it was quite short, but it shows you a bit of our progress. And I just wanted to add as well, if you didn't know, I am sponsored by the Dressage Coach, which is an app, and I would really recommend checking out on there if you are like me, and especially if you're not very good at jumping stuff and having ideas in your head as to what to do, because there are some really good exercises on the app. So there's pole work. You can type in if you've got a particular issue you want to try and rectify. You can, you know, search by different terms within the app as to which exercises might suit you. So yeah, there's loads of different pole exercises on there, and there is also an audio of each one so that you can listen to it on your phone while you're riding without having to get your phone out your pocket and scroll through. So yeah, I'd really recommend having a look at that. I'm using that in my field when I'm by myself and I need some sort of help with setting up poles and distances, or ideas of what to do where the ground's hard. Obviously it's just walk and trot at the moment, but it's just nice to have some fresh ideas. So I'd really recommend checking out the Dressage Coach app, and that will really help you if you, like me, struggle with those kind of things. So yeah, anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and I will post some more jumping stuff soon. Okay, bye.